on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State at TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the New York Giants and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, Brennan Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner, Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because I'm still trying to figure out how coaches and coordinators can really crunch the numbers and find where exactly on the field a defense is vulnerable. It's the game within the game. And if you really dive into it, it can be endlessly fascinating.
On play action, Lawrence. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So an early wake-up call there leads to a quick 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Lawrence. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened.
And he's going to go down again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Kadarius Toney deep for the Giants. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. After the pickup at 5, here's 2nd and 5. Barkley off tackle left. And some room to run now. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Here's Herbert. He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
The Giants at 6-3 on the year. And they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. On first down, Justin Herbert.
Open man right side is Tony.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it second down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A timeout here for an injured player, and definitely not what this defense wants to see. It's Khalil Mack who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down. Back to throw here, Herbert.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. A third down conversion with a strong gain of 14. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Flushed out right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. If this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 53 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Herbert operating from the red zone. He'll buy some time right.
Going across the middle, and Valdez-Scantling has it. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as he's out of bounds at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Herbert.
Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a Giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney,
his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Giants go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays.
And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. For Kirk, there's a peek at the numbers in last week's game. 5 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to...
Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Barkley hit and the ball pops free, and the Jags grab it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Remember in preseason when we were going to the...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the...
After review of the play, ruling on the
So
field
that one
is
overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Finding room at midfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball. Never lost sight of where it was headed. And stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 24-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Out to his left. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
They'll go option on 2nd down, right side, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. That still definitely hurts.
2nd down and goal. Herbert. And this one's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? And it's caught. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley from 13 yards out.
And the Giants go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. On third down, Lawrence. Dancing to his left. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. Flush to his right. And that throw behind his man. He missed it, incomplete.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Going for Jefferson downfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Van Jefferson, 33 yards. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Again, Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Morgan. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. Touchdown! Marquez Valdez-Scantling in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26.
68 yards rushing for now to this point.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On third down, Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And that'll be caught by Tony. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43.
13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
The pass complete on the crossing route. This is Tony with it. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They're in a good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. And this one a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At the 20.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 and 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Now Lawrence.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, they're touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 59 yards.
And the Jaguars are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert rolling to his right.
He's got a man. Complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And some space here. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Here's Herbert.
This one caught. It's the tight end Hawkinson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Yeah, the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. Back now in Jacksonville. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. A 1st down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now Lawrence down around his goal line.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Bush. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So now, just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. Up the middle with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season.
And the Giants are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more bonus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Well, this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 5. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 143 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
The play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Herbert takes it and just pops it forward.
And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Opposite. Check.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. Room here to run. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll wind up getting 10 back there, as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
Ready?
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Now Lawrence.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
4th down. Here's Lawrence.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Christian Fulton. And the Jaguars are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Yeah, we kind of sensed that one. He got a little too far forward before throwing, and that one will set them back.
And remember, at the NFL level, being aware of where the line of scrimmage is crucial. And here's the other part. Any part of the quarterback's body that's near that line of scrimmage, he's going to get the benefit of the doubt. So he was clearly over the line.
Chad Muma brings him down on that one defensively.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Second down, here's Barkley again.
It's a room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Holding. Offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Running again with Barkley on second down.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Again, it's Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
And oh, we've seen it all now. It's a fake. A very bizarre scenario there to say the least, but they do